It's time for ignition and straight up automobile pimping.
We're back. Welcome back to Dude, Where's My Car? And I am your co-host, Tom. I have my fellow co-host, the man of muscle, Tony himself. And today we're joined by a very special guest. I've known this man for quite some time. He's interviewed Pikachu. He is a bit of a nerd. Speaks almost fluent Japanese, although I'm sure he's going to correct me on that. Some say he has enough energy that when he speaks, he actually pushes turbines within turbos around the world. Mike Morris, how are you going?
Yeah, I'm so tempted to be like, oh wow, with a setup like that, yeah, thanks, man. I need you around more often. For the people who are listening and not watching, that fapping sound that you hear, yeah, we've got our little cardboard fans. Today's like 42 out, so nice and warm. But yeah, good to be on here.
Do you love, again, like?
Love the podcast. I've been listening to it since it came out. Yeah. Podcast in a sauna. I like that we've got snow outside that we can jump in as well. So,
to be honest, you've got a great sauna story. Do we bring that up today?
We can if you want. It involves your brother.
Yeah, I know.
And the drug squad. But it doesn't have anything to do with cars.
No, well, I mean, you overlooked cars, I guess, to some degree. But
I guess so.
There is a reason why you're on the show, because you are actually a massive car nut. I don't even know how many cars you've actually rebuilt or gone through yourself, but no doubt the biggest standout is the Hachiroku. And I'm not going to lie to you, all the boys in this room, our producer, our cameraman, Tony and myself, we're a little sad that we didn't get to see it today. But hopefully one day we will.
No, I think most definitely you guys will probably end up seeing it. That car is the definition of a work in progress. It's taken me a long time. Like, to put it in perspective, when I first bought my first 86, I was looking on forums. And I was like, all right, I need a car that's fun to drive, this, that. Didn't know really too much about stuff, but there's always these little corners you'd find on the forums where they're like, yeah, so like I was racing this like 300 ZX up a hill, and I had this Hachiroku. It doesn't have a lot of power, man, but in the corners, you can flip it around. That's how I read it in my mind, you know? And like I was kind of sold on it. They had really strong gearboxes back in the day. They weigh 750 kilos. Rear-wheel drive Corolla that looked like a, late 80s Corolla, but it was an early 80s.
The Panda.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get them here, but
yeah,
I was sold then. So I got my first one before Initial D came out. Before they were really a cult car. It cost me $2,500. It was a Sprinter, so it was Australian spec, and I had it for 7 days before I wrecked it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
hang on, you can't just stop there. What happened?
And thanks for having me on the podcast. All right, tune in next week where we took. So I was, I had far out. It's a long story, but I'll make it a little bit shorter and sweeter. I used to play hockey, and one of the guys I used to give a lift home to, he is an identical twin, and his twin brother had a Silvia, like S15. And this guy wasn't what you'd classically call a car nerd or even an enthusiast back then. And so I thought he was just bullshitting me every time. Anyway, one time he's like, look, come talk to my brother. And he did. He had a S15. He also had a Supra as well.
God, you talk about it so casually, like they were just so cheap and everyone had plentiful amount of cars.
The Silvia wasn't, but the Supra was back then.
Yeah.
I spat out a little bit. Is that a Supra? But no, so I hung out with him a bit. He was actually quite a bit of fun to hang out with and talk cars. And pardon me.
That's okay. We're keeping that in.
No, we can't take that one. Please. So one time we had a hockey Christmas party, and it was like a fancy dress party where you can, dress however you want, but the person with the best hat won a prize. And I decided to go as an injured hockey player. So I had like a helmet on. I cut a ball in half, stuck it in there, fake blood over my face, wore a suit, fake blood over everything. Right? After the event, I was driving home, giving that guy a lift home, and so happened to see his identical twin brother in his Supra, right? And I'm like, oh, this is a bit of fun. So like I, leant out the window and said some things, and we decided to do a little bit of street racing in the back streets of West Linfield. And so we started off pretty good. I did a handbrake turn around the first corner, swung it out, started going downhill, which is great in an AE86 because they got no power. And then at the bottom of the road, there was like a hairpin that went straight back up. But about 20 meters out from there, I was going 110. And this car has no weight behind it, nothing. I put my foot on the brake, and there was basically pine trees in front of us, and we hit the ditch at 110. The car spun up on its side. Because the ditch was there, the car actually went up possibly about 10 meters.
Yeah.
And then just came down sideways and just hit a brick wall, which fell onto a brick wall, kind of cushioned us nicely. I bit off a chunk of my tongue, but apart from that, I was all right. Now, remember earlier on I said I was at a fancy dress party? Now, the person's backyard who I managed to lance it gracefully in and crush all their rose bushes, they were waiting on their daughter to come home. And so they were having tea at the window where the car kind of stopped. And they thought I was the guy giving the daughter a lift home. And even though the guy who was with me was screaming quite high-pitched, it wasn't their daughter. My door was down in the dirt, so I'd kind of like swing this massive AE86 door open. And if any of you guys have ever been in one or seen one, the doors are, no kidding, like half the size of the car, and they weigh probably just as much.
That's what's keeping the car on the floor.
It is. If it wasn't there and there was a gust of breeze, the car's gone. So I'd lift that up, and the car was still running. I went in, turned it off and what have you. And then they saw me. Now, remember, I've bitten off a chunk of my tongue. I've got fake blood all over my forehead. Like, I've just landed between all these trees, and, like, the car's, like, it's all messed up and stuff. This other guy, he got pretty bad whiplash, but got him out. Saw the friend, and he's like, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, hang on, can we have potty mouths? Yeah, so he said, what the fuck's wrong with you? And put some emphasis behind it now. And then he saw his brother was in the car, and then he saw the fake blood, and then the girl actually ended up coming home. And so I took her out on a couple of dates afterwards. But long story short, I got rid of that one, and then I bought another one straight away, and that one cost like $3,500.
Because you thought in your mind, that was awesome.
You can hit a ditch at 110, come away with just losing a little bit at the side of your tongue. So now the bitter taste extra bitter, and shame follows you even harder. Yeah. So
hang on, before we go into the Hachiroku, you've had a lot of cars. I remember the first time I met you, I came to your house. It was somewhere in the North Shore. My brother took me there, and I just remember seeing just like, I don't even know if it was your parents' place or your house, but it was like littering of cars just everywhere.
It looked like a car lot on the North Shore.
Oh man, body kits everywhere, and yet you love to drive. I think it was the Hilux. Like you just you had this 4-wheel drive that was way too high.
That was a Bravo.
That's it.
B4000. It was just before the BT50 came out. So it was like one of these stupidly overpowered petrol pickups before the diesel ones came out. No, that car was fun, but definitely not the funnest car I've ever had.
No. But
and I think when you came over, I probably would have had about 7 cars just sitting.
Yes,
because there was a battle axe block, and they're on the edge, so we could just like stack the cars.
And
up.
I just remember the big purple body kit. That's all. That was the.
That was on my AE86. Yeah, so that's the one I've got now. That's the second one I bought. So that's a Vertex body kit.
Yeah.
That color, that beautiful color you saw was a Mazda color. I think it was called Intergalactic Blue. Where you look at it at a certain angle, it's black, and another angle, it's blue.
Who did that song? Beastie Boys? Intergalactic?
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, that's the 8.6 that I still have at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we get in there, how did it all start? Like, why? When did you just break the law once in a car, and you're like, oh, okay.
I guess it started when I got my first car, really.
Which was?
It was a 1979 Corolla, which had tires, no kidding, like just 200. And that was a shitbox. It was, it was a shitty old Corolla. I think it was a K55, 1.3 litre, like dodgy gearbox where the gear knob's like, it's like a walking cane, and the steering wheel was like, no kidding, it was like a bus steering wheel. The seats didn't have headrests on the back, and it was all pleather. So on a hot day, you really felt it. And it had so much movement in the steering wheel where you could just like rattle it back and forth, and the car's still going dead straight. So yeah, it started off with that, which was a great car to learn how to do handbrake turns in and everything else, just because there wasn't much rubber on the road, and you didn't really care if you beat the thing up. Now it's probably a classic, but yeah, it kind of looked a little bit like a Datsun 1600.
Yeah,
It did not drive like one.
Yeah, no.
So that's what started off, and since then I've probably had about 15 or so Corollas. I got 2 Corollas now, actually.
Oh, dude, the hybrid thing.
So I got the current model Corolla, which has it's all in black because why not? And I've got the massive wing on the back of it, and it's a hybrid. But I tell you what,
It's super comfy.
it goes so quick. No, it handles really nicely.
Yeah, it does.
Really predictably, and it's a fun little car. But not so much for the track
Well,
at all.
what,
No,
never say never, but
you wouldn't.
no.
You wouldn't. It's got a CVT. You wouldn't go on the track with that thing. But yeah.
But where did like the passion starts? Because obviously you get into cars, you're getting behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Did you like what broke the camel's back first? Did you get in trouble? Did you like do a first mod? How what happened?
I think the big turning point was another Corolla. It was a 1986 Seeker. And basically the front of the car looked exactly the same as the back of the car. It was one of those lift back ones.
Yeah.
Ugly as sin. It looks a little bit like the AE86 actually. That car, front wheel drive, 1.6 litre, like nothing special.
Yeah.
I was working at Macca's, and so every paycheck I just put whatever I could into the thing. Got like a 3.5 inch dump pipe in the back. Put a mini disc player in it. Illegally dark tinted windows.
I feel like you need to set the scene here about what was going on in the world of Mike Morris for you to be buying this car and doing
Well, I
this.
feel like we need photos up. People don't even understand these cars.
Oh, we didn't have cameras back then. my Nokia 3310 didn't really take great photos.
The sex spec era is real.
Yeah, far out, man.
Question is, what made you stay in the Toyota? All I hear is Toyota, Corollas.
Yeah,
86s.
reliability, honestly. Bang for buck.
Bang for buck.
Yeah, sure. Because back then, so I was really kind of getting into it, let's say mid-90s to late 90s, but I was kind of into the 80s cars, not so much the 90s cars. And yeah, you got to... Oh, classic.
God damn it.
Get out.
Back then you had the option of getting a... Far out, what were the good cars you had an option of? Nissan Pulsar GTI-R with the honeycomb front scoop on it. Then the Suzuki Swifts that everyone used to turbo.
Yep.
A Commodore, a Falcon.
Classic.
There weren't a huge range of options that people were really getting into. Corollas, it did the job as the right size for me back then, and I don't know.
Yeah, right.
So it kind of started it, I guess. Started nice and easy, and then what's the first, apart from the crappy old Corollas, first good rear wheel drive car I got was an E28, which was the first BMW that was ever released. It was an M5 35i, so it had the 3.5 straight 6 in it, and that thing was beast. A lot of fun.
Yeah, God.
A lot of fun. I remember going into cul-de-sacs and doing helis, and you've just been to Macca's, right? Doing a Macca's run, you've got the drinks in the drink tray, and you're holding the drink tray kind of sideways because you put the thing into third gear and just drop it, and it would kick out at the back and just start doing this most. It was the best balanced car I've ever had, and I kind of wrecked it and had to buy another one. But
I feel like Macca's stopped doing trays because everyone would start doing dumb shit with Macca's trays in car parks.
They were front-wheel drive cars.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, where you just drive on and then pull up the handbrake and then off you go.
Yeah.
Have some mates pushing the side of the car. You're drifting, bro. Yeah. Mum's Honda's never been so good. I guess the Corolla kind of made me realize I could spend money on cars to change them. The BMW realized I could spend money on cars to try and keep them on the road. And then it's just, I don't know, circumstances really. So the trucks that you were talking about, they're all for work. So the Mazda Bravos or the Falcon, sorry, the Falcon, or the Lolux that I've got outside now. Love my Hilux. It's such a fun car for work. I'm not going to take it, I'm not going to race people in it or anything, but that thing came stock with 189 kilowatts. For a work vehicle, it's more than what you need.
Yeah.
And then the guy I bought it off, I think he Googled 18-year-old's wet dream or something like that. No chicks. And it said, get a Hilux, lower it, put a, the things that he did to that is got these massive mud guards, the Gorilla guards on the side. And he's done this twin exhaust that pops out on the sides and extractors, and I don't know, it goes quick. I feel like such a tool driver. Like when you bottom out going up small driveways and when the exhaust is so loud that even though you're going like 30 k's an hour off, a set of lights, people think you're trying to race them all day.
Were you gapping people in the BMW?
Oh yeah, massively. I think one of the funnest moments in that BMW versus one of the saddest moments for me, in terms of just like racing other people, I used to play in a pool competition, and there was this one knob who was just so fucking stuck up. He's like, yeah, so I've been a doctor for the last 20 years, and you know what? I'm better than you guys at everything, especially pool. And then we saw him getting into his car. It was an Audi TT, and it said Dr. TT on the number plate. Oh. And so it was just him in his car, and then there was me and like 4 other boys in my M5. And we followed him. I was a teenager, right? We followed him, and then there's a section behind St. Ives where like it's from the bottom of this hill, it goes all the way up. And so we like pulled up next to him and like revved it a little bit, and then he gassed it, and I put my foot down, and we just absolutely blasted him on the hill. And it was just like, and then fast forward, like, I'm like all proud of myself, like, my car's nice and quick and fast and what have you. And then we're out in Penrith going Krispy Kremes, because that's what you used to do in the 90s. And and a Ford TX3, I think it was, came up next to me and at the lights, and I was like, watch this, boys. Put my foot down, and he absolutely smashed me. Yeah, absolutely smashed me. So then I swallowed my pride and sold the BMW, went back to Toyota.
And that dream was over.
It
I was done with the Beamer life.
Did you never get in trouble with the BMW?
Yeah, one time. I had the wankiest number plate. So the number plate, when you get personalized number plates, if you've got only a couple of letters, you can actually get the yellow and black one, and they print it really, really small.
Wait, what?
Used to, or they still do it now?
I don't know if they still do it now, but they used to. So whatever size you had, they would
Shrink
shrink it down to the right size for the letters, so they'd fit inside the box.
Right.
And it was like a darker yellow, not the normal yellow, the pale yellow,
Yeah,
not the
that
highlighter
weird,
yellow.
yucky, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bit more red and brown in there. It's like It was nice. So I had 2 super wanky number plates. One of them was for the BMW, and it was BM5, because it was an M5 and it was BM, and I was like, oh, BM5, so smart. And so I had that one on the Beamer, and it was...
How much money do you reckon that plate's going for today?
Quite a bit, I bet.
Yeah.
And the other one I had just before I forget, because I know I will, was XD. So it was just an emoji like that. Super smiley, sideways, happy face. And people used to follow me just to take photos of it. And I don't know why I gave that one up, but yeah, that one was actually
I was going to say,
it was
like an emoji. You can't even get emojis on New South Wales number plates anymore. You can in Queensland.
You can't even get them on your phone anymore. Come on.
Yeah.
Not the way that we used to have to write them, where you actually like writing them with letters. Yeah.
Semicolon back.
Yeah, this was XD, so it was just a super happy face.
Yeah.
And that one I had on the Mazda Bravo, the B4000. So that was a fun one. But yeah, getting in trouble with the cops. It was a Saturday evening, and I was just showing off.
Oh my! It's like it's meant to be.
Oh, shit, I was never going yeah, so it was a Saturday night, and I was just showing off a bit with one of my mates, and he's like, mate, it's a Saturday night, don't drive so reckless. And I was like, yeah, whatever, it's gonna be fine, blah blah blah, like, and went round a corner a little bit sideways, and I saw the lights behind me, so I was like trying to kind of gas it down through the back streets, and they followed me, and then I just like pulled into a driveway, jumped out of the car. They ran up behind me and basically said, you were speeding? I said, what speed limit? I was like, I just faked it the whole way through. I just said, no, I wasn't speeding. I need to read out. I was being a smart ass, and they said, yeah, you're going to get a ticket in the mail, and never got a ticket. So that was the only time in the Beamer that I actually got in any trouble, which I technically didn't.
Yeah.
No, so the Beamer, not so much trouble. Other cars, yeah, plenty of trouble. But
could you instead of maybe telling the story of you getting in trouble, could you maybe share some tactics?
Like you just said, you ran through cops, jumped out of the car. All that.
So if you pull a gun on them, boys and girls, be a sensible, responsible, legal driver.
Yeah, no, we don't condone driving.
This was back in the day.
This was back in the day when it was legal.
Well, yeah, back when it was legal. So these days, it's a lot harder to be an idiot as much as I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like I used to work at Macca's, and that was a good, I don't know how far, maybe 15 Ks from where I was living at the time. And I used to always try and break my speed record getting to work in the mornings, because I did the open shift, so it was like 4 a.m, and back then there wasn't really that many cars, and there was no speed cameras or anything.
Yeah.
So I literally just like start up the car, go ready, set, there was no stopwatch on my watch. But anyway, yeah. And I remember my record was 3 minutes to get from Killara to Chatswood parked.
Wow.
And these days you can't do it under 20.
No way.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
Tony's looking saying like, what the fuck?
Wait, I was thinking, Killara the fucking Chatswood.
3 minutes. 3 minutes, yeah.
Main road, back road.
Highway.
I don't think there was buildings back then.
Highway, the whole way. So you go past the horse and
All
cars.
the dirt roads.
Oh, you can tell he's loving the buttons now.
Going on the highway and just taking up all the lanes the whole way. You're looking at the windows as you're going past to see if they're fogged up because then you know the coppers are in there.
Yeah. Just for a little bit of white. Just a little bit of white.
The only there was another time in that Corolla. So that was the Corolla with the big stupid exhaust on it. Where I was
Could you maybe give some inches diameters? What do you mean by stupid exhaust?
like 3.5 inches, but anything over 2 inches for a Corolla is just
I know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you just
really
said the
anything over
downpipe. What about the rest of it?
The rest of it was 2 inch all the way through.
Okay.
And I still had the cat in there as well, so it wasn't like too crazy, I guess. The craziest exhaust though that I ever had was I was working at a pizza shop as you do as a teenager, and
Oh wow.
fucking birds are coming
We're in the
We're
zoo.
joined by Ace Ventura and his pet detective.
So I had another Corolla probably, and it wasn't. I had a Suzuki Sierra. So it's like a little compact 4-wheel drive.
See what I mean? He has so many fucking cars. You like can't keep up. You're like, what the
I
fuck?
had so much fun with that car though. So it had something called a bitch light on the back, which is just it was a floodlight that if people are like tailgating you too much, you flick a switch and you just see them like go 3 shades darker.
Bullshit.
No, it had it, and I used
Fuck, I wish our TV was working because I would ask you to bring that fucking shit up right now.
Dude, it worked magic. It didn't come stock. It was added afterwards. And so I used to use the bitch light when I thought people had their high beams on, even if they didn't sometimes. And so then they'd tailgate me and like I'd turn it on and be like, fuck you. But if they got really close, it didn't actually get into their screen. So they could like tailgate me and I couldn't like use the bitch light properly. So then I found out this little secret that you can do with old carby cars, which is as you're driving, you leave it in gear and you turn the ignition off. And then you pump the accelerator just a little bit and you turn it back on. And this massive fireball will just like shoot out the back of your car and then they back off. Like they leave a pretty big gap. So I was like, this is so much fun. I love this. So I drive a little bit like a tool, get people behind me and then this big fireball comes out, they back off and I'm like, yay! And then one time I was driving along and I don't know, I did it. And the car was driving like, wee, and then you turn it off, and then you turn it on, it's like, boom, and then you just, and then if you accelerate, it's 10 times louder. I'd split my exhaust, like the muffler, completely open. It was almost flat.
Oh.
So, I had a 6-sounding Sierra for a while. But yeah, no torque whatsoever. It
No, of course not. Just all noise.
It was all noise. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got that fixed up nice and quick. But yeah, that Sierra, I had way too much fun. You could fold the front windscreen down on it. You could undo 4 screws, take the doors off. It was a lift. It was convertible at the top, but then there was no back walls. So you basically take the top off, unzip the back. There's no back section. So you got no back. It's like a tray back. You got no doors. The windscreen's folded down. Terrible idea. Bugs. Stuff
Yeah.
to your face.
Yeah.
And no roof over the top. And so I used to use that for pizza deliveries as well. And where I was in Roselle, and you have a couple of the like local kids will be like, "Oh, can I hang out? You know, it's a bit of fun. There's nothing else to do around here." So I was like, "Sure, why not?" Had one of these young'uns with me. Like most nights, he just come hang out. And then me being young and dumb, I would sometimes be like, "Hey, can you hold the steering wheel?" And then I just climb into the back. And he's like swearing and like going "fuck" as we're like going down these Balmain like little tiny corridors of streets. And one time we were having a bit of fun because they'd just knocked down a whole bunch of houses and they were going to put an apartment building up there. And so it was just flat dirt. And we had like 3 pizzas with us. And it'd just been raining the day before. So I was like, check this out. Went onto the grass, put it in high range, and then just started doing helis in 4-wheel drive. Suddenly, cop car. Lights come on. We slowly pull over, head hung in shame, right? Side of the car's all covered in mud. Our legs are all covered in mud. Pizza thing was covered in a bit of mud, and the copper was swearing at us. He was basically frothing. And then he saw the pizzas, and he's like, "Hang on, are you delivering to like apartment number 73 of like number 2 whatever street?" And we said, "Yeah." And he's like, "They're my pizzas." So we gave him the pizzas. He gave us a $20 tip and said, "Have a good night. Be safe."
Fuck. Oh.
There's me thinking I'm about to go to bloody prison.
Oh.
The guy was so hangry. As soon as he got the pizzas, he just cooled down. And,
See you
like,
later.
You know what? I don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
And we got off for that one. So, yeah, whoops.
Can you still buy one of those?
I haven't seen one in a while, but yeah. Yes.
You definitely can.
Sorry, just looking at everyone just to see.
I haven't seen them on the road very often, though, these
I
days.
saw the new Jiminy's and everyone comes in and swaps them over.
See, the thing I don't like about the Jimneys is they're all hard tops. So it's like had that boxy, I'm a fake G-Wagon, but really the Povo version. Well, at least with the Sierra, it was a convertible where, someone could come with a Stanley knife and steal your sound system. Like, that's a bit of fun.
I feel like you copped a lot of like slack with the old M5 because you used to tell me that people used to think you drove a Mazda MX-5.
Oh, God, who would ever own one of them?
Not me.
Yeah, it's a Miata.
No. It's a Miata, bro. It's a Miata.
It used to give me the shits because, like, I spent an absolute fortune in keeping this thing on the road. Buying it, not so much, but, like, whenever anything went wrong, it just cost a fortune. Getting parts took forever, and it was just a nightmare. And then
I feel like that same ethos travels today.
I had the wanky number plate. I had that stupid number plate, and I had people in MX-5 sometimes try and race me in the Beamer, and just
that's
point.
stupid.
There's just no point.
That's
nothing's
stupid.
ever going to come of that.
Especially back then.
And
now,
so when
now definitely not.
So sometimes if someone's like, "Oh, what car do you drive?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have an M5." And they're like, "Oh, MX-5, I love Mazdas," and I'm like, no. No, so I don't know. I look at nothing against them, but
Hey,
yeah.
just you wait. As soon as that thing is built, it's going to be amazing.
I don't have the Beamer anymore anyway. I've got a mate who's got a M2. I think I saw it around here, so maybe you can race that.
What, me or you? You want to race it?
You can race it in your MX-5.
Do you want to drink at all?
No, I just finished one. Oh,
Okay.
another one.
Yeah.
Should we pause?
It's fine. Yeah. Honestly, I had no idea you were going to do that, but that's yeah.
That's kicked us off.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the 7 a.m. project. I miss doing this shit with you. I'm not going to lie.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We really did. So
I feel like the special guest today. Like you guys have been into it for several
welcome
years.
to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Now you're in my workshop doing this podcast, but it's okay.
Shit. So let's talk.
All right, let's talk about the legendary Hachiroku. I've heard this
Right.
man talk about it
Right.
all the time, and that's all he said. From day one, he's like, of the special guest, he's from the beaches. He's got a Hachiroku. Hachiroku is 86 in Japanese for those that don't know. Just fun fact.
He's also wearing Hachiroku shoes.
I am. Yes. You can't even see it.
I did want to say, can you lift it up? But
There we go.
Yeah, nice.
Flexi laces.
Dude, all the weebs who are going to listen to this podcast episode are going to be like, oh my God.
The underside. The
Oh.
insole. It's.
Wait, what's on the underside?
No, you don't have to. Oh, tear off me.
no, we had the standing lives.
Yes, on the underside, it's just got a Watanabe wheel. So yeah. The 86. So, am I clipping there? No. So with the 86, it is obviously a car that you can just throw money at constantly and never get to a point where you're like, cool, I'm done. Never. Like, hence why it's such a project car. I had the first one for a week and I've had the second one since the 90s, pretty much. And I, in the first couple of weeks of owning it, I spent quite a lot of money just modifying it. Not realizing that, it was going to become a cult car, and if I just left it the way it was, it'd be worth, quite a lot of money right now. But no, I slapped a T3 turbo on it and put bigger injectors and put a kooky diff in it. And and then got the Vertex body kit, got top secret bonnet. I've started making panels for it because I don't like the heavy doors, the heavy fenders, the heavy everything else. And I was going to go fiberglass because I was making custom molds. And then I was like, no, I might go carbon fiber just to save a bit of weight.
Carbon fiber.
And then I got this idea which seemed stupid, and then I did it and I realized it was stupid. So I got denim, and I put the resin over denim and put multiple layers, and then I put a clear coat over the top, so they're like denim panels.
Denim as in your jeans denim?
As in what you'd make jeans out of.
I just want to clarify.
No, I don't think you guys understand. It looks sick. Oh, hang on, maybe I don't understand.
That's someone who's desperate, who's just like me, like, no, it is cool, guys. You don't understand.
You don't understand. It looks so good. No, there's a reason it's not on the road. Do you guys know where I can get a dodgy blue slip at all?
We'll talk a bit after the show.
Yeah, no, look, it's a classic 80s car which gets a lot of rust if you're not doing a lot with it. I stripped it back a couple of times. I'm just making it boring and white, which was its original color before you saw it in that weird galactic blue. And you know what? One of the times that I painted it back in the day, I'm a pool technician as well. I had some really good quality pool paint. And I painted it this
like
weird...
primer?
No, like I had that as the top coat. And it was like this, like a baby blue kind of...
Like a swimming pool blue.
Imagine a swimming pool, yeah. The amount of people that came up and go, it kind of looks like pool paint. I'm like, it is. So yeah, that's all stripped off now.
Who are you, a pool man?
Nope.
It's 2-pack, I swear, bro. Yeah, so no, that's all stripped off, and it's going back to white panel by panel. And I have so much love for this car. Every time I sit in it, I just can't wait to get it back on the road, because I got defected with it one time because I didn't have my rear bumper bar on, and the exhaust is... How high does it have to be? Like a Coke can high?
Yeah, 100 mil.
So it was about...
Off the ground?
About that far off the ground. I was basically seeing sparks if I went over any form of like speed hump. And then there was all the other things. So I got pulled up one time because I was talking on the phone. And... the copper's like, pop the bonnet. I'm like, I don't think I know how. I just bought this thing. I didn't. I'd had it for like 4 years. And so I popped the bonnet, and it was like a dodgy carbon fiber, flippy, flimsy bonnet. So he puts that up. I'm looking down at this obvious hole cut in the firewall. This massive, stupid turbo I had in there. Everything. And he's like, right, what's this? I'm like, I don't know. I just bought it. I don't know what that is.
It's the air conditioning.
He's like, where's your battery? I'm like, oh, it's there somewhere. It's in the boot, meanwhile. Surge tank's in the back as well. But he defected me hard on the thing, and then I just never registered it. Never got rid of the defects. So it's just been sitting at home, and I've just been doing small things on it since then, and driving a whole bunch of other cars.
Do you need suspension?
I wouldn't look if I could get my hands on the what were they called? Green Line? No. There was a company that did
Tane?
No. I'll look it up and send it to you guys later, but there's a company that actually did suspension for the Hachi, but like the sway bars, everything.
All right.
So it was a full kit that you could get. And no, yeah, it handles like a boat the last time I drove it, but still you can pull a handy in it and
have some fun.
Thing will flip on a one-lane street like on a pin. It's the thing. If anything, it's a little bit too tail happy. Hence why it's like the original drift car. If we don't include the Datsun 1600, but yeah, you can just do a handbrake turn anywhere in that thing, and it will usually overshoot the mark. Which is why the BMW was so much fun, because it would always just stop on a dot. It was that thing was very predictable. But yeah, Hachiroku. I can't wait to get back in that thing and drive it. Every time that I start it up again and I haven't done anything for like a couple of years, and I go, oh, better go see if it starts, like change the oil and just like make sure everything's going to be okay. It starts every time. 100%. Yeah, it's super reliable. It's got a 4AG TE in it, even though that's not a real engine. It was a 4AG ZE, and then ripped that supercharger off and put the turbo on.
This guy.
Turbo life.
Yeah.
Are you doing all this work yourself?
About half. Yeah, about half of it. The more look, stick to your strengths. That's the biggest word of advice I can give to anyone working on cars. Like, have fun with it, but if you're not sure about how to change brakes, maybe do it with a mate who knows how to change brakes first. Couple of times before you try doing it yourself on a car that you're going to drive. But
I feel like there's an inside story
kind of a little bit.
about brakes.
My caliper fell
No,
off.
it's so much worse. I was.
Oh, go on.
He wants it. He just wanted to do him off for it.
I was working at a mechanics in Arncliffe, and he was giving me more and more responsibilities because I was a big boy, and you know when you first work at a workshop, they're like, you can't use a rattle gun. You have to do everything by hand, so you know how tight to get the nuts on the wheels and all of that. So
He still makes Tony do it today. He's old man, big Frank.
I wasn't on rattle gun duty at all. I was hand tight and everything. And so he let me work on my own car at the workshop. And I was driving home. So that was Arncliffe. I was driving back to Killara. And so to do that, you're going over a lot of bridges and a lot of nice windy roads. And I was fanging it. And I was like, it's not holding the way that it normally does as I'm gassing it. Like there's a fair bit of play. And then when I was pulling into Chatsworth, there was a bit of a wobble. And then I pull into the driveway, stop, and the back wheel rolls past me. Oh. I hadn't put a single one of those wheel nuts on. Oh. And the thing was just literally just sitting on there the whole way home. The fact that I did not kill myself, I have no idea. So yeah, I am not a mechanic anymore, and I don't do a lot of the work myself.
Were you just like hauling ass? It's like, no,
bro, that was embarrassing. I was like, there's no one else there. No one saw it. I saw it. That was enough.
How are you alive?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's a shocker, isn't it?
What are the chances we can get the Hachiroku in this shop?
Good. I've still got it at my parents' place. Like, I don't have space for it at mine. My dad gave me an ultimatum. He's like, mate, you got to get rid of that piece of shit. I'm like, hey, it's worth like 60K now.
I feel like...
We've got a 4B, we've got a trailer.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of boys that can push it.
And a dyno.
We can park it
You
next
know
to
what?
Salika.
I'm keen to see what that thing actually... I reckon it's probably at least 40 kilowatts.
That's what I told Tom today. I was like, is Mike bringing the Hachiroku? And he was like, we've just set up the dyno next door. We could do the podcast on the dyno.
That'd be
with the
sick.
car on there.
That would be sick.
One day.
Yeah, no,
When you come back for part 2.
I don't know. I reckon it's probably not that powerful. I'd say we're probably looking around 160 kilowatts max.
But it's fun, right?
It weighs 750 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. You don't need more power than that.
Yeah.
Look, it's going to blow a new GT86 out of the water. So it's probably a lot more fun to drive as well. Yeah. So
No hate. No.
shut up, Mr. BRZ.
I hit the hate there.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, the Subaru. Yeah.
Right, let's talk about it. How do you view the new 86s compared to...
You know what? When I first saw, like, when Toyota did a teaser billboard near the airport about 2 years before it came out, I'm like, I'd sell my soul to get that thing. And then at the time, I was doing a lot of MC work for a Japanese anime convention, and I would
don't hold back on that. Like I know you did way more than just host a Japanese anime convention.
A couple of them, yeah. But I got to meet a couple of really cool seiyus who are Japanese voice actors for the uninitiated, and a couple of them, like, you know, one of them. Yeah, one of them was Miki Shinichiro, who is the seiyu for Takumi from Initial D.
Yeah.
And we got to hang out afterwards as well, and we were like talking, and I was like, oh bro, I've got a Hachi, and I showed him a photo of my one and sitting in the garage, and he's like, oh, I have one as well. And I was like, what? And so he showed me photos of his, and basically when they released the GT86, the first edition, I guess, version of it, they gave him one, and he drove it around for a couple of days and just gave it back to them and said, no, I'm okay.
What?
Because he has tax spec 86 at home, the Trueno.
Oh.
Like to spec.
Yeah,
off the manga and anime.
To the millimeter.
As close as you can get to what it was.
Yeah.
And he said the GT86 has no soul. It's nothing comparative to what the old one was. And like you raise your eyebrows at me, Tom, like you're like, hey, I've driven the new BRZ, and
No. Oh well, you don't know this. I drove the new BRZ with a turbo in it and I melted the engine bay.
That would be sick. That would be absolutely
Well, no,
insane.
now I know why they're not turboed.
Yeah, but that... yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But drive the Hachi when I've got it back on the road, and then we'll talk after.
Well, I'm more than happy for every single person in this room to bully you into making that happen. So,
I'm down for it. I just need a good excuse. So, yeah.
and then get in the MX-5 and you tell me what you think.
Yeah, we'll just measure dicks on everything.
Let's put our dicks away for this new measuring.
But I've got an M2.
I feel like
Did they put indicators on that one?
No.
No, because like, do you remember Volvo drivers back in the day? Right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like,
I feel like something that's never said anymore is bloody Volvo drivers. It's not a thing anymore
but you know why?
because BMW took over.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you know, it evolves. There's this stereotypes, right? And stereotypes are a rough rule. They're not always true, but yeah, like look, a Volvo when it was still 100% Swedish, I guess, used to be a brick which had wheels and was super safe, right? You know, mums used to say, "Get a Volvo, you know, you'll be safe." And so all the nerdy or not so cool kids would get this brick with safety levels through the roof. But because they didn't care about driving a nice car, they didn't care about driving properly. So there was a stereotype out there for some of the drivers. I'm sure a lot of you are very wonderful people.
I don't see them on the road anymore. I don't think you're offending anyone.
They all died or bought a BMW. Then the stereotype kind of went to BMWs. I'm allowed to make them. I've had couples, so yeah. Where basically you would go, oh yeah, BMW drivers. You know, they're notorious for not using their indicators, cutting people off, and having that sense of entitlement that just comes with being a BMW driver. But not so much anymore because it's evolved. I might cop some slack for this one, but this is just my personal.
Don't worry, I'll tell everyone where to find you after this podcast.
Tesla drivers. Like it feels like that's where it's gone. Where you know you've got someone who's got a car that's safe, and safe. Yeah.
We've spoken about on this podcast before about the fake brakes
Oh yeah.
on the electric cars.
Yeah. The regenerative.
No, just fake brakes. They've got the big
ones that look
plastic
like-
calipers
yeah,
on
the
it.
It's the
yeah,
plastic
yeah.
ones that are
Oh,
stuck
yeah.
on by what?
And you're
10 mil bolts. That's it.
And you're driving a car that's going insanely quick and no stopping power whatsoever.
It has some stopping power, but the problem is it's a user interface issue. People behind the wheel just don't know.
It's the UX. It's the man driving the vehicle.
But I feel like they've taken over that stereotype of what Volvo drivers were. Like, I've had so many people in Tesla just like drifting lanes. I'm like it's so easy for them to just let the car take over that they're not paying that much attention to how they're actually driving or interacting with other people on the street. So yeah, I think that's where the Volvo driver's gone. Maybe they had a Volvo in the 90s and they had a BMW in the noughties, and now they've moved up to Teslas. Who knows?
I'll let Tony comment on that just because we love him and we fucking hate him.
Love-hate relationship. Yep.
There's no love.
And our viewers have gone down by 73%.
No, all due respect for him, right? Like, because they do go really fast.
Yep.
Who doesn't love going really fast?
True.
Not faulting it, but like, it's just not the same.
But also for me, it's road manners. Like, look, the cars are sick and it's fun to drive them, but like the thing that I don't like is how a lot of people who do drive them tend to forget that there's other people on the road as well.
Like you.
Yeah. And I drive like a knob, so like you got to be careful.
He's pulling the handbrake every time.
If I can find it these days.
I don't want to swing past it because you brought it up already, but you've met some pretty fucking interesting people, especially in the anime world, and you had a pretty fucking cool job.
Yeah.
Like, after meeting the guys from Initial D, what was that like? Now, like, I feel like you could probably still call up that dude and just hang out just because you have Hachiroku. I don't know if that's a gang thing.
I'm pretty sure I probably could. I haven't.
Should we get him right now?
All right, we'll get him on the phone.
We got another special guest on today, just on FaceTime.
Oh, Michael-san. That's as far as I'm going to go because otherwise people are going to look. I've been to Japan.
To be fair, you can speak Japanese.
Yeah, I've been 25 times as well, and like I generally will do a
25
stupid
times.
25 times, mate. Yeah, need you go. My accent is flawless, but
I feel like if we do a holiday trip to Japan, we've got to take this guy with us.
I generally just don't do that accent. But if I do, it's usually around my Japanese friends. You got to take as good as you give, and they'll give a dodgy Aussie accent back to me. So
Yeah, good.
fair enough.
They understand you're
Lovable.
taking the piss.
Yes.
But what was that like?
Right.
Like, what was like?
Oh, it was awesome. Some of the funnest times that I had was probably when I met the director and a couple of the voice actors from One Punch Man, and
Best anime show ever.
those guys were so much fun, and we went out and we got absolutely smashed. We got blotto. We drank a lot of beer together, and really fun night.
What's the voice actor of the guy who plays?
Saitama?
Yeah.
He's actually pretty quiet in real life, but the director, he was awesome, and he got to the point where we were that drunk where he's like, I'm just gonna do
Just
an
do
Aussie
it.
accent. Yeah, he's like, mate, he's like, excuse me, mate. No, he's like, he's like, I'm gonna write you into the next season, and then they fired him. And I was like, no, I was gonna be that stupid Aussie monster. Jumping up and going, I'll take your One Punch Man, and getting knocked out. It was my dream, smashed.
Do you feel like that's a really? I've had this conversation before. Do you think it's a good show for people to get into
Absolutely.
anime if they don't?
Absolutely, it does. It depends on the person.
But for
sure.
context, just so people understand, One Punch Man is a show that literally takes the piss out of all other animes that have ever been made. So, and it does it in satire. Like all the power ups, all the conversations, it's all taking the piss out of things like Dragon Ball Z, how long it takes to power up, like dumb romances.
But that said, you don't need to have watched all of those
No.
to get the humor.
No.
No, it's definitely a good one. Samurai Champloo, anything Ghibli.
Yeah.
They're all good starters, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like anime?
I'm just lost in this world. No, I've never watched it.
Really?
Any anime.
I watched the what? What's the guy with the flimsy arms?
Just talk about One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece.
I was like, my favorite was Sailor Moon.
I think that was the only one I've ever watched.
Right.
I was never into anime.
Really?
Pokemon, none of it?
Nah. Oh, I did trade Pokemon cards when I was young.
But you
Yeah,
never watched
because
the
you're a
anime.
hustler.
No, yeah, I was a hustler. I still do now.
Hey, look, it's not.
Dad taught me well. Make money at a young age.
Yeah. Big Frank is on you like a fat kid on a cupcake. What did you watch though?
Me as a kid.
Yeah. Fuck, he watched nothing.
I don't
He
even
is
know.
a proper.
There's got to be stuff on Laserdisc at least.
No, he started.
If I start, I don't think I'll be here. Fuck, what?
What about car stuff? What what car stuff could you get your hands on if you were interested in it at a younger age at all?
At a young age, I was often at the tracks.
Yeah.
I was like, under 13, I was like, I just wish I was 13 so you could see it. Passenger. Old man was always at the track, or I'd be like, old man's working late, and then mom would be like, do you want to go to the shop? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm at the shop. So we'll just bring food for dad, all the boys in the workshop working on cars, and I'm just there playing around.
He's like picking up the biggest turbo you can find.
So we're watching anime and he's in a real life anime.
Yeah. Guys, he's making Initial D.
Did I watch when I was a kid?
Did when Initial D, you never watched any of the anime, never read any of the manga, never watched the...
To be fair, never
I'm
read
like a
any of the
fake
manga.
Asian.
Look, let's Aphasion. Look. I'll tell you another thing that I think could be really cool gateway into anime or manga for anyone, and that's kind of piquing someone's interest in the storyline. There's the Hong Kong, let's call it Hong Kong, Hollywood.
Yeah.
They did a live action of Initial D.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
Really?
I've watched
Highly
that one.
recommend it.
I think I've watched that one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that one, if you watch that, then you start watching the anime or reading the manga, you get straight into it.
You know what?
You got an idea of the storyline, you know?
Yeah.
You know what? I just thought of a great idea that we could do for like an event. You know how Blacktown has that outdoor cinema?
Yep.
We should do our own version of that where we grab everyone in their cars and we just set up in like a rugby field and just get a huge white sheet, a projector, and we already have speaker systems and stuff. And then we just play like the corniest. What's the fake Fast and Furious movie? I forget what it's called, but it's fucking hilarious how bad it is. But we just do either like one episode of Initial D or one episode of or one movie, one Fast and Furious, whatever.
You got to look at licensing and stuff for that as well. But also,
I don't need a fucking license.
just have some friends over.
It's just a slumber party. We're only painting our face in that weird green shit and cucumbers, right? What?
The mic's still on, man.
Does Initial D make you a better driver?
No. It makes you think you're a better driver. The amount of times I've had like a drink sitting,
Oh, the cup
having
thing.
in my little
The
cup,
cup.
and then I'm like driving like a normal person, going, it's not spilling. You're going in a straight line. It's in a can. You haven't even opened the can. You're like, I'm the next best thing.
Next minute, I want Chris. I want Chris to fucking either get in his extremely overpowered Holden Ute, and just with like a little tiny cup that you would get when you used to fill up the water from the tank, the little tiny plastic thing, and he's just like
whipping around. No, I'll do that Macca's water-free water challenge. Where you hold like 8 of those and just see if you can not spill it. With the lids off.
The challenge is not to put your.
it's called
It's not to
super
break a nice
fast.
car, but
Your challenge is not to put your
What's
foot on
called
the brake when
super
you're
fast?
holding the water.
Fast and Furious knockoff.
Oh, super fast.
Super fast.
That's the knockoff movie of Fast and Furious.
Gotcha.
It's fucking hilarious how bad it is.
There was another series, if you want to look this one up. It was a New Zealand series, and the guy's name was Ketzel or something like that. And he was an absolute hoot. He was a real fun guy, but basically it was a car show before there were car shows. And I think there was like 6 episodes they did. One time there was a Dodge Viper, and they were racing it around a mountain, and it did a power slide off a cliff.
What?
Just when they're filming, and up until that point, everything was kind of vanilla, and they could see this thing just. How's it there?
It's still
Spawn.
going. Huh?
I think that's Spawn.
What the fuck do you mean it went off the cliff?
It went to go around a corner, hit some dirt, power slid, and just disappeared off the edge of the cliff.
This is a car event.
They're basically making it's like essentially what half the YouTube videos are these days, but it was a show back then which you'd buy on VHS.
Oh, back in the days.
Back
Back in the days. The shit that he pretends that he wasn't fucking doing, burning CDs and selling them for cheap. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Nah.
What CDs?
What's a CD?
CD.
So back before digital media, boys and girls.
Daddy, I'm telling you, Pirate Bay.
Oh, those were the days.
LimeWire as well. Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
what?
never.
That was not.
Oh.
You what?
The car that went past was not Spawn.
Oh, okay. We've just been informed by my producer that the car that went past was not Spawn.
There we go.
Moving on.
My car kind of sounds a bit like
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So yeah, how have the other we don't know what episode this is going to come out as, but how's the podcast been going so far? Because we haven't actually had a release date yet. It hasn't come out officially yet, or has it?
I suppose we can probably just say this off air. I'll cut this bit out, but it's mainly just because we're trying to just get as much content as possible, because we can only do this podcast once a week, let alone all the other shows that we've got to start filming once a week.
Oh, yeah.
Have zero time.
Yeah.
So if we then launch and then all of a sudden we're like chasing our tail because we've got the next fucking episode to get out, we're like, oh fuck.
Fair. How have the other ones gone though?
Yeah, pretty good. Only one bad one.
What, do you want me to leave now, or is it? Do they usually waffle on like this, or they're actually better guests than me?
No, everyone is great. Everyone has something to share. The reason why we did this podcast, man, is because it's culture, man. It's Toby. For everyone watching this show, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm glad that the fucking heat has
breeze
died
is
off, though.
finally good.
Holy shit.
It's gotten a lot cooler, which is nice.
That's this whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Leave it open
Wait.
a bit. Leave it like half.
I'm just going to leave it half.
Okay.
That's an eighth. I wish you could just turn the camera around. No, it's gonna fucking.
So the fuck. Okay. Well,
I'm just going to
it's definitely
No,
getting
leave
cool.
it. Leave it. Leave it. Let's just.
It adds ambience to the podcast.
Sorry, but fucking let's just make
let
sure
him
there's no
answer,
shit
let him
flying
answer.
around. And let's keep it. We need the
Just
bricks.
let him answer it.
Okay, go back. Sorry, you may speak.
So the whole thing's about car culture,
Every
man.
time you interrupt,
I knew it.
You know.
I knew it. I fucking knew he was going to do it. No, man, it's all
Wait, sorry,
about.
I take this call.
Oh, fuck. Okay. You know what, Tony?
I'm
No,
sorry.
explain
Tom.
it, explain.
Like, I'm
no,
sorry.
You know what,
Look,
Tony can answer this question. He doesn't. He doesn't
我
say.
听不懂你们在说什么。わかりません。
Oh fuck! Here we go.
He really doesn't understand.
What he actually said was,
Oh, Tosan. Yes, I mean, yeah, go on.
yes. No, man, it's all at the end of the day, it's all about car culture. So it doesn't matter where you're sort of hailing from and what car you drive. Like, it's all relevant, and everyone's got something to share, and it's all relatable at the end of the day. So I don't care if you're a racer or you work for fucking Turbo Smart, or you're just like an average Joe Blow who just fucking loves cars, or you work on cars, or you want to get into cars. Like, we made this because, or car culture Australia in general, is because we want to keep this alive, because it's fucking dying, and I don't want this to die. And that's fine that EVs and hopefully one day hydrogen, fingers crossed, comes out, and that's a normal thing. That's awesome. But like, there's all the love and attention that goes into what is essentially like 100 years or more of just pure passion and love of just combustion engines, and you're just going to let that shit die? Like, I don't want to let that shit die. That shit's fun. Like,
I feel like it will die, though. I think you're right. And so it's good to have these hang-ons and look back points that you guys are bringing up right now and like keeping alive. But also, we've been lucky enough that we've been able to grow up in it as well. Like, the generation after us is going to have a very different culture when it comes to it. Like, it may be the point, it's like, why are you going to try and teach me to drive? Like, the car that I'm going to get is going to do
does
all
it
that
for me. Yeah.
I don't even think that people are going to be sitting facing forwards in cars in the future. Like, you're just going to be getting into a capsule, and whatever. It's not going to be what we grew up with. I was brokenhearted when fuel injection came out. Back in the day. Because I loved my carby cars, you know. There's so much you could do with them, and suddenly it's like there's a lot less you can do. One time my BMW didn't have enough battery for me to be able to roll start it. And I was like, but it's manual. Why can't I roll start it? I had an old Corolla, like a really shitty.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I had a couple. It was a couple. And they had a 4AC, which is just a really a rubbish. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, guys. I'm pulling this all out so we can pull it apart.
Wow. Man, you didn't even need to fly. Wow. Just stick it in there. Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah. So, they had a 4AC engine.
Sorry.
Make sure it's wet.
It's delicious. And now we know why podcasts are videoed.
But for those poor bastards who aren't actually watching it, all they can hear is this. Oh, yeah. And then Tom's like lips.
I'm talking away from the
Why is
microphone.
Tony not speaking anymore? Oh, my lord. Now I understand why we have the hammer on the table.
That's why there's a black cloth.
Not black anymore. So, the Corolla had a 4AC motor in it. 4AC? Which,
Shit, tell me the diameter of that piping.
half inch.
It's not fitting.
Toyota used to put codes on all their engines, which, like, if you're in the know, you could actually work out what type of engine it was just from all the lettering they threw in front of it. So, this was a 4AC, C standing for carburetor, 4A standing for it has no shit power. It's just, nothing. I think it was about a 55 kilowatt kind of motor. But one time I went to start and I'm like, crap, the battery's flat. So I was on a hill, I roll started the thing, and I drove into North Sydney, and I was kind of just driving around as you do. You had to pull out the choke manually on these things. And then as the car warmed up, you slowly push it back in. And these cops pulled me over, and they told me to turn the car off. I turned it off. I said, look, the battery's a bit low. That's why my headlights aren't really coming on strong. And they got me to pop the bonnet because I was driving like an idiot before that. And I didn't even have a battery in there. So I'd forgotten to put the battery in there, still managed to roll start the thing. So back then you could kind cars are a lot more forgiving than what they were. Like, if any of you guys have ever seen an old Holden Kingswood and you pop the bonnet on that, you could probably hide about 10 people under the bonnet of that thing. There's just so much space. And then, you compare that to the last Holdens that were out. You could open it up, pour a bottle of water, and not a drop would, go through the engine bay.
Yeah.
Hit the ground on the side of the car.
I don't know, Chris, can you vouch for that? Well, yeah, he pretends like he's not listening.
No, I'm just saying.
Wake up! Yeah.
Can I just say, before you continue,
Yeah.
everyone knows on this podcast there hasn't been one episode so far where towards the end a whole bunch of fucking noise just comes through. So a little fun fact, every time we have done this podcast, it's almost a running joke now. It is pissed down with fucking rain.
Oh, I hope so tonight.
No.
only
Tonight. Go.
That we didn't film one. It wasn't raining. It wasn't raining.
I'm
The
not
only
like-
week, which was last week.
No, well, Tom told me, and he's like, "Hey, look, this podcast is important. It's not going to rain tonight." I was like, "No, I only want to come when it's going to rain."
That way he cancelled on us.
But now we're dealing with different elements. It's like 40 fucking degrees. It's hot as fucking balls in here.
Or in a shed with no fucking
shed with no insulation, and we've got a
No,
huge
what?
insulation. Sean Connery. But finally, the fucking temperature is starting to change. But obviously, there's a storm, so now there's an immense amount of sound. So it's like, fuck me, Dad. We actually can't do this podcast without some sort of elemental change.
Sure.
And I digress.
We don't have to put that bit in. I was thinking. So basically, Tom and I once had a bit of fun trying to record exhaust sounds.
Where's this going?
inside story.
We had some fun trying to record some exhaust sounds, and we were kind of hit and miss with a lot of it. And then I had an epiphany the other day because I've got this tunnel. Sorry, I got this tunnel near my place, and every time I go through it, I'm driving like the low lux. I put the windows down. I make sure I slow down enough so there's no cars around me. And as soon as I get in there, I just bang it with the windows down, and it's just, you feel the vibrations like rattling your soul. What?
You put me on mute.
Good.
Smart. He's learned.
And it's
you chewing.
it's called the tunnel test, right? So when you get a new car, or you got a car where you just wanted to hear the nice reverberation, find that nice little tunnel and hammer it through there. I don't know. Do you do that?
We do have our own favourite tunnel.
Yeah,
Which
good.
you all know that, which is just 2 minutes from my place. It's called Lane Cove Tunnel. And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no cameras in there.
Hang on. Hang on. No, there is. No, hang on. When that first opened,
There was right at the entry.
Oh, dude, I have got Sydney trauma. Okay, for those of you who do not live in Sydney, we all have trauma that we don't even realize that we live with. So as soon as you go overseas and you're driving along and there's a tunnel, it's almost impossible for you to speed through that tunnel because you're like, there's cameras all through this tunnel.
Yeah.
There's cameras everywhere. I've been driving in Spain for the last month and a half and haven't seen a single speed camera. But this tunnel has got a speed camera in it. It's a trauma. I have to slow down in the tunnels because I'm like, the speed cameras. Hang on. I heard the story when people went through Lane Cove Tunnel and everyone got booked because they're like, oh, there's no sign saying there's speed cameras, and now there's speed cameras, people are getting booked. And so I've never sped through that one. Never gone fast at all through it.
Hang on. Can I just
I
get...
don't know. Am I getting
Can I
trolled?
just chip in here? It is not called Lane Cove Tunnel. Lane Cove Tunnel does have 2 cameras.
Oh,
in
shit,
it.
my bad.
It's
You
the one
son of a bitch, Tony.
going out to Eastern Creek.
I'm very... No.
That's okay.
I was going
Not-
home via the Lane Cove Tunnel tonight, and
Lane
I
Cove
was
Tunnel?
trying to absolutely see if I could get it finally up to 70 k's an hour.
wait. Lane Cove Tunnel has 4 in it.
Not the
proper
one.
Lane Cove
Not the
Tunnel.
one that we.
Did you see what he just did to me there?
Yeah.
Not the
No,
one.
I call it Lane Cove Tunnel because it's a Lane Cove exit.
Oh no! Look, no.
entry.
Actually, I just realised something. Sydney Harbour Tunnel doesn't actually have any speed cameras in it either.
Bullshit.
No, I
I've
just
lost my
call
license
it
in
the Sydney Harbour Tunnel. It's actually my street going back home.
Wait, can someone find that tunnel?
Yeah. Can you find
It's not mine, but we're going to bleep it out. We're going to bleep it out. I don't want people to go through
It's
it.
called the Lane Cove Tunnel, but not.
It's called the.
And
You'll know it's...
boys and girls, the Sydney Harbour Tunnel is full of speed cameras. Don't speed.
No speeding, we don't
Through
speed
there.
here. Speeding is only done at the tracks.
Are we talking about the tunnel
Yes.
that
not in
everyone,
Lane Cove,
yes.
yes.
everyone goes?
That's
The one that's not in Lane Cove.
The one that's got heaps of rollers.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one where you asked me, am I allowed to post this video? And I said, yes, but you're like, no, I don't want to. But he asked me, do I post it? I was like, yes, post it. I'll find it for Mike.
Thank you.
I had.
Does it have a name?
It's, okay, so if you go...
Don't if we say it on the...
Just,
they
so
might,
they'll
they
just
might put
make it up.
cameras
Make up the
there.
name.
This?
Make up the name.
And then show me the real name.
Just bleep me out. Something shopping centre. Something is Macquarie. Macquarie shopping centre.
Yeah.
You take the exit going towards Eastern Creek. As soon as you jump on the freeway, you go...
Hang on. The exit from Macquarie...
I know that song.
The one... I'll find
hang
you the
on,
video.
so off Talavera Road?
Yeah, Mumfasa Kalakala.
Yes. And that is what it shall be named.
I'll find you. You'll know it. Because that's a tunnel where, like, used to when we go to Eastern Creek,
Yeah.
like, all the workers here, they would just say, like,
But why
look at
you
here.
go through...
No, I'm just saying, because I live...
So that's the on-ramp that goes onto... So
It goes onto
you're
the
heading west on the M2.
Yes, you are heading west on the M2, but it's before then. It's before that exit that you're thinking.
Epping. It is at Epping.
Epping.
I'm thinking of a different tunnel.
It's not called.
that tunnel.
It's not
the
called
old-
Epping.
The old... Can you... Yeah, no, one time...
You know what? That's a great way to identify. It's the one that looks like it's got the World War II fans in it.
Yeah. So I used to... they used to have the speed camera just before it.
Yes,
And they got rid of it.
got rid of
Yes.
it.
For whatever reason. Still a little bit traumatized. I still kind of go a little bit slow there. But no, one time I was driving a 1994
Corolla?
Holden Nova,
Oh,
Toyota.
which is a Toyota Corolla in all clothing. Yeah, Holden and Toyota did this like weird swappy thing. I'll get
Holden
back to
did that with everyone, remember?
No, and so did Toyota though.
Did they?
Yeah, so look, it was back when they were like, we don't want to pay our engineers enough money. So what we'll do is we'll do trade-offs. So Holden didn't have a good small car then or whatever. It was kind of before the Barina was a thing.
Yeah.
Right? So what they did is they did a trade-off with Toyota where Toyota got the VN Commodore and called it the Toyota Lexan, something like that. I don't know. And then Toyota then Holden got the Corolla, and they called it a Holden Nova, but it was Toyota Corolla.
Oh, I remember
had a
that.
nicer interior.
Yeah.
And then you pop the bonnet, everything's Toyota. So I had one of them, not very fast car, 1.6 liter, slowish kind of car, and I was kind of a little bit accelerator happy going towards the tunnel. And there was a copper just sitting there with a radar gun. This is just after they'd taken the actual proper radar down. And I think along there, what's the speed limit there?
80.
No, it's 80.
It's 80, right?
80 and 100
so
fluctuates.
I was probably sitting at like 110.
But people are doing 180 through that thing.
Sure. But this time I was probably not going that much above the speed limit, 120, something like that.
Yeah.
I was only going like 160. So like
Yeah.
at 180 I was going along and... No, sorry. Anyway, I was going a bit quick and there was a copper on a bike, standing next to his bike, and he had a radar gun. And
Still hurt, but
he saw me, but he didn't jump straight onto his bike. And so I was like, oh, thanks, in my head. And I gave him a nod and a thumbs up. So I was like, thanks for not getting it. He's like straight away onto his bike. I was like, shit, I'm not going to slow down now. And I was like weaving through traffic, going like, when that moment happens, and don't run from the cops, boys and girls.
We're not condoning this behaviour.
Your car suddenly feels like it's going half as fast as it was before. Like you feel like you've got your foot down, you're like slapping it into gear as fast as you can, but it feels like you're only going like 30 k's an hour. Yeah. And then they've got the Beecroft Road exit just after that.
Yeah.
So I hammered it through there, like threw it dangerously around a corner. To first left. Everyone knows not to do that, but anyway, I did it anyway. And then I just like pulled up on the side of the road, just like looking, and never saw the cop again. But that was a stupid thing to do.
that's stupid.
So stupid.
I wish I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because we don't condone that behaviour.
No, I wasn't going to bring that story up.
Oh well.
Oh well.
You know the story that that I remember that you bring up. I don't actually think it's directly related to you, but it was something about having rear engine mounted cars and about someone running away from the cops, and then they pulled him over and you were like, no, touch my bonnet, it's cold.
It was an MR2.
Yeah.
It was an MR2, and then they're like, yeah, sorry, I think it was another one. I was like, no, I saw a car fly past earlier. Just point down the street, they're like, all right, I got back in the car and drove off.
No, touch the bonnet, it's cold. Oh yeah.
So funny. But how dumb do you have to be to like go, oh, MR2, and it's got, and you know how they had that ugly like stalk style pod, that would like just like throw a bit of extra air back to the engine because they were classic for overheating. It had that on it as well. Like it wasn't like
It's someone who doesn't know cars, obviously.
I was like, actually, I'll touch the exhaust. You were speeding. Ouch. Can you give me a lift to the hospital, please?
Oh God. How did Teslas get away with it?
Yeah, probably the same way. Fill my engine, it's not hot. I couldn't have been speeding, the indicators weren't on.
Touches the brakes.
Look, pops the brake off. See, it's not even hot. You can ask it, hey, Tesla, was I speeding? Yes. Shut up, Tesla. You shut up. I love you, Tesla. I love you too, John.
You know what? That always reminds me of the scene. Tony, have you seen Horrible Bosses?
No. Yes.
Have you seen Horrible Bosses, Mum?
Oh, yes.
There's always...
Fuck, my cheeks are sore today just from love.
Fuck you guys. There's a scene in Horrible Bosses towards the end where they're getting done for fucking spoiler alert. The whole movie in premises them trying to kill
They
their...
got done for spoiler alert.
Yeah, no. They got done trying to get their boss's brown bread. Anyway... Towards the end, the car crashes, but the car's recording the conversation the whole entire time. And fucking the guy who's actually the criminal thinks that he's all in the right. And then all of a sudden the car interface starts talking, being like, I shouldn't do this. No, I've been talking the whole time. I've been listening to it the whole entire time. And in fact, this guy's actually the murderer. And it's all set up. And I was like, I wonder how much that would actually happen today for people who've crashed their cars, whether it's their fault or not. But I'm very curious how much is actually being recorded, like a plane and like an orange box.
Black
box. Sorry, but it's orange inside.
Yeah. There was that girl who just got done for murder, double homicide in the US.
What?
So she was having a biff with her boyfriend and decided to try and kill him. And I think she was trying to do like a murder-suicide kind of thing. And
but she didn't die.
She worked out where she was going to crash the car. The day before, she drove the car around to that place, lined it up, and did a practice run without actually hitting the wall. And then the day of it, she basically had him in the car. His best friend was in there, collateral damage, and she floored it into this wall, killed him and the best friend. She survived.
What?
And then when the detectives were doing the work, they contacted the car company. The car company's like, yep, the car basically drove to that exact same spot the day before, did a test run, and the girl's like, I tried pressing the brake and the brake wasn't working, and they go, and we've got all of the
practices.
The car lines.
Yeah, and it's like she never touched the brake, she actually just had her foot on the accelerator the whole time. Double murder, she got done for it. That's just recently. Oh. Yeah.
And that's why we don't buy new cars. No.
Yeah. So you want to kill someone, boys and girls?
Get it all Toyota Corolla.
Hachiroku. Light. No one's gonna not believe you.
First story, you survived.
Lucky that wasn't recorded.
I was going to say, at least let us borrow one of your Toyota Corollas. Fuck me dead.
That could be on
I've
the
only got
build
two
series
left.
now.
Oh wow.
Do you think we could rebuild a faster Corolla than you getting yours back on?
Oh, totally. Yeah, no question. You could build it from like just sticks and stones. You find out the back will be quicker than me getting the Hachi back on the road. Oh,
Maybe it's worth it. Maybe, because you know how we're doing built from scratch now. So built from scratch, we're going to do that to the MX-5.
You can do it to my Hachi if you want. Not from scratch, obviously. It's got the whole
but I
stuff.
want it after that.
Yeah,
We want to keep it.
And Mike's like, do you have 200 grand?
I had someone say that they were going to pay me the money so I could get it up and running, and so then I could sell it and then give them their money back plus a little bit. And I said, if I do it, I'm not going to sell the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to want to sell it.
How much are they worth
I was
now?
going to say, how much are they worth?
The last time I looked, they were going for around 60, which is ridiculously overpriced for what they are. But there's less and less of them on the road. 10 years ago, you'd see a couple every
But people crashed them and
exactly. There's just less and less of them. So their value goes up. It's supply and demand at its finest.
And all the people out there who want to keep it like full JDM spec boy, like
not me.
No fake parts. They're
I've
like
got fake everywhere. That Vertex body kit, that is not Vertex. I mean, sponsor me, Vertex. Oh, dear.
And this is a direct word from our sponsor.
All right. Hang on, who is the sponsor?
Car Culture. No, sorry, it's Road actually.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm in it. Oh, far out. I was going to bring up something, and I completely forgot what we were kind of talking about.
Classic podcast maneuver.
Yeah. It's the best, isn't it?
What?
Whose was that?
Oh, fucking idiots! Turn your watches off.
I kind of want to get a mic for the producers and cameramen, just so that they can chime in.
You know you've got four inputs there, and you're only using 3 of them.
Well,
I'll give you one of my mics.
Oh, God, this guy.
Yeah, and I'll give you a better stand as well. The cloud lifter. The next podcast is going to sound sick.
Honestly, I really wish we got the TV working for this podcast because
It'd be sick to just put up all the cars that Mike's been talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is my favorite car.
Oh, we should have done that. You should have just pointed, and then we just keyed it on.
Oh, you know what? I found a video. So, like, when I was doing the Japanese anime convention, we made this like skit show called Fusion, and in that there was a couple of skits where you can see my old BMW. It wasn't the red M5; it was the one I bought after that, which is a black M5. And
MX-5. Sorry, go.
No. Yeah, and I saw that the other day and just brought back so many memories. I loved that car. But yeah, it's you can't find them anymore, and they're bloody expensive too.
Yeah.
Old E28.
I can imagine. Oh, actually, how's this for the past weekend? So Mum's moved to Bellingen, and
I love Bellingen. They've got great cream cheese there.
yeah, wonderful place, hippie town, right? Beautiful. Too far to drive from Sydney, just in a daily. It's just not fun, but great place, wonderful for relax. Go there on a holiday. Next to my friend's farm out in Bellingen is a little garage barn find.
Hang on, your friends or your mums?
My mum and his friend lives out there. I'm just saying it was out in Bellingen.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to show you a photo, and I'll bring it up for everyone on the video of the podcast. I lost my mind when I saw this barn find. It is an old BMW with that classic like
Shark nose.
caramel like steel kind of look to it. But when I saw the badge, I was like, no fucking way.
Oh my God, yes.
V12 75. Is it 750?
750. Yeah. Do you know that the 7 Series Beamers? This is like late 80s, early 90s. They had the highest decline in value of any vehicle on the planet for a while. So it's basically, as soon as you bought a 7 Series Beamer, it lost like 80% of its value within like 6 months. Even if it was perfectly fine. And they're a great car, but for some reason their values went bloop. The only thing that ever held was the 3 Series.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe a 2 Series. Yeah, but like, yeah. but yeah, 3 Series. Even the 5 Series dropped off a lot.
Why?
I have no idea.
Not now.
Probably not now. But
That thing would be worth loads of money. Surely someone... I
Yeah,
can't
but back
imagine how many of those are just sitting in a barn.
maybe 3.
Maybe 7.
Maybe 45. Who knows?
I had to double take because I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then I continued to...
When is it getting trailered here?
I'm Hang on, the BMW or the Hachi?
Both. Well, both dino them.
Yeah, neither of them start. My 86, back in the day, I lost the key, and I was like, fuck, I need to move it from like this area to this area. So I hotwired the thing, right? Broke the steering lock. And then I wired up the reds so you can just flick a rocker switch and the reds turn on. And then I got a little button for the start. And so and it starts up every time. I've never wired it back.
No, it's still like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's race car spec.
So every time I need to start it, I just like flick the rocker, all the reds come on, press the button until it starts, and I'm good to go.
Oh my God. Even more reason why we're all pissed that you didn't bring it back here. So can you please just bring it here? It sounds like it would have a better life just sitting, chilling out, hanging out here.
It probably would. I need to lick a paint on it though. I can't bring it this close to the beach. It's too much bare metal. I've seen that Celica outside. There's enough rust there to build an empire.
It's got a friend.
Yeah, I don't want... Look, AE86 is notorious for having underbody rust. So I need to kind of rough proof it a little bit first. Unless this is a spray shop as well.
Oh, there's a couple. You know, there's connections, detailers.
Nothing $10,000 can't help with.
You have a what? Oh, $20,000.
And that's just the bonnet. Oh, far out, Brussels sprouts.
I know what I've got, bro. I know what I've got.
Don't worry. Like there used to be like those hot dollar shops. You can get the pressure packs.
Oh, yeah.
Just that white enamel.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be fine, right? What's the worst?
It's better than-
could happen.
It's okay. A WD-40 car.
Yeah, well, it stops it rusting, right? Right. They told me boat grease was good.
Oh, don't say that. That's the shit that guy put in the back of the MX-5, remember?
What?
So MX-5s and like old ones are notorious for
Big
rust
shit,
as well. Yeah, that too. Until you do them up, it's still shit.
Just shitting loud.
When we went to go buy it, no offense to the guy, but when
was a
we
great guy.
Yeah, he was actually a great guy.
And this is a BMW, yeah?
No, the MX-5. Are you saying it BMW's
No.
a shit? When we go out to the back, open up the boot, and the little cover is over it, so I pull it up, and then all of a sudden you see the wheel, and then this big wooden panel, and I was like, that's weird, I'm just going to lift this panel up, and as I'm doing it, he goes, oh yeah, I put a heap of boat grease and like fish oil in the back there just to try stop the rust.
Do you know back in the day, that's how we used to get rid of rust. So that like old like 79,
Get rid of it?
Prevent it from spreading.
Spreading, yeah.
Yeah. So back in the day, like that 79 Corolla, it had so much rust I couldn't register at one time. But there was another time I got pulled up, believe it or not, and a copper got his pen and put it through my roof.
No, fuck off.
Dead set. He said he's got a defect me and only had 2 gears left working, so I was like, oh, fuck it. And just sold it to the wrecker for like $150. But up until that point, what we used to have to do is when it was rusting, you'd get fish oil and you just rub it on all the area that was rusty after you've like kind of like filed it back and tried to remove as much as possible. Then you get builder's bog. And you try and build it to the same shape that it was with like cardboard on either side. And then once it's dry, you wet the cardboard and kind of peel it off. And then you just spray it with that like, pressure pack spray paint again. Oh, it was bad. Actually, that first Corolla I had, I remember I thought it'd be really fun to make it like blue with silver speed stripes down the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all done with spray cans.
Swimming pool.
The old reject
No,
shop.
I upgraded to swimming pool paint. That's how bad the spray paint from a can was. Yeah, from like the reject shop or whatever it was. So you know it wasn't going to last.
Yeah, God. Did we just do it for a laugh? So we've got to change the color of the MX-5 because I don't want it green.
Yeah, but do what every cool hipster does these days and just wrap it.
No, I want to paint it.
Oh yeah. So you just strip it back, cover it with fish oil.
I thought about wrapping, but I genuinely don't think.
You have to have the paint immaculate to wrap it properly. And most people who first want to wrap their car want to do it to cover up shit paint, and it's just never going to work. You see every scratch, you see every ding, you see every...
My paint's not shit. Like, not really. Like, especially when it's buffed back.
The paint on my MX-5 is not shit.
There's a few cracks in the front bumper and the rear bumper. That's it. Like,
yeah, but get it done right. Strip it back, spray it.
Uncle Mike can do it for you. Bring it over.
pool paint. Hey, my brother's the pool guy.
Can you upgrade a permanent marker?
Oh, you know what? Just when you're saying that, have you seen those cars when they're painted? They paint it properly, but they make it so it looks like it's like an anime or manga, and then they just like then they put like 10
The weird comic like things. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of down for that a little bit. Hey,
Just do it.
for the Hachi.
Oh.
I think it could suit it.
You'd be
'Cause I
the
don't want to do panda.
Yeah, I was about to say you'd be the only Hachiroku out there that's not trying to be the panda.
I really don't want to. My wife really wants me to do it in panda. I really don't.
Why? You've got the
Because every
shoes.
single one that you see, fair point. Because I've got the shoes, I don't need anything else. No, because it doesn't suit it. I've got like top secret bonnet. Doesn't look anything like it.
Yeah, no. I
wanna see a photo.
Secondly, it's 11.
Yeah, you got a photo.
Do you have a photo of it?
Yeah, I do. And third, so it just none of it looks like it's from Initial D. I've got I don't have Watanabe rims. I've got Fireball ROHs. And
Yeah, so fuck that shit. So like, just do what you want to do.
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the new 86s where they put the panda design on.
Yeah.
What do you think of those? What's your opinion on that?
Oh yeah, good on him. But it's weird when they do it to 11 instead of a Trueno.
Oh, yeah.
Pop up and down headlights, you got to have them.
Yeah.
If you're going to be putting Panda on there. So, no offense to anyone who's got 11 and said, oh, it's not good enough.
Well, I saw a Holden Commodore SV6 with the Panda.
Panda.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Poor guy probably listens to this as well.
Actually, that's so cool.
Yeah. He's into motorbikes now.
And doing his nails on a Friday night. Like the Panda colorway is actually kind of cool. I like it. It's just I feel like it's been done too much, and I'm not trying to be a unique butterfly or anything. It's just I got into my 86 before I knew Initial D was even a thing, and I think before it even was a thing, especially in Australia. And then when I did get into it, I kind of liked Initial D where it was and the story where it was, and I don't love so much when people try and I don't want to be one of those people like appropriate Japanese car culture in another country and pretend that they're not where they are. As in, I know this is a sensitive topic, but I want it to be uniquely Australian, and done in my way. And I don't have any hate for anyone out there who's doing anything to modify their car. Anyone who ever modifies their car, hats off to every single one of them, especially if it's something that they love. I'm not going to yuck on someone's yum.
Yeah.
Right? And my...
I've never heard that saying ever.
Well, you haven't been in a...
Bathhouse.
For those of you out there who understand where I'm coming from, please DM Tom and let him know. So... in the kink industry, not yucking on someone's yum is...
Anyway.
That's for a different day. But no, I just want to do mine. Look, it's subjective what you like, and I'm just doing mine in a way that I think I'll enjoy it.
Which I love. I think everyone should just do what you love. Like, it's your car, man. Like,
but also, if people want to copy other ideas that they like, go for it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Power to you.
that's why there's so many Paul Walker Skyline cars everywhere that look the same, or the Supra or whatever. Like, it's in every single country you could probably think of.
But it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I see one, I'm like, cool. And there'll never be a time that any Hachiroku can go past me and I'm not going to like turn and have a gander at it, you know?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I send you a photo at every time I go to a car meet and I find one. I'm like, oh.
Oh, it does it for me. And like, if someone isn't into cars or someone doesn't know the history and they see that car, it's an ugly car from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
But anyone who's driven one or been driven in one or knows anything
what it
about
is,
the history of it, or was an anime nerd or whatever, it's sex on wheels.
Yeah.
It really is. It's I like the hard lines. I like the sharp corners. I like the boxy headlights, the pop-up back, you know, the fact that you can pick the car up basically because it's so light, and the ugly-ass dash that it has. It's I love it. Every single bit about that car is beautiful. It would probably be my favorite car out there, and it's not the quickest car. It's not the best handling car, but it's got so much soul that it just overflows from the windows.
My question is, how much did the turbo make a difference to that car?
Made it a hell of a lot quieter, more fuel efficient, and a little bit more fun to drive. A lot more fun to drive.
Huh. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I was only running 7 pound of boost for pretty much the whole time until I got defected. So I wasn't running the thing.
Would that be pretty even on the power curve then? There'd be no lag in that. It'd just be nice.
No, there was a little bit. It kicked on around 2.
Yeah.
But it was pretty smooth the whole way through.
Yeah.
Like until you had to shift. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm not planning on going crazy with the MX-5 when I turbo that thing. It's probably, like, it's not going to be in the 14s or anything. Like, it's no need, A. And B.
Yeah,
Like,
you say that now. 1 week after driving. Look, I just need can I get 25 pound of boost?
on the track, maybe, just on that. But there's no need to on the road.
To melt another engine bay.
No, I do not need to melt another engine bay. I don't need that on my paycheck.
Look,
For an hour and 40.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's technically because we took breaks and stuff, though, right? And we fucked around for a little bit. But
Yeah, we took like 10 minutes of breaks, or an hour and 20. Maybe an hour.
oh man, that would suck if you had to edit this thing, hey.
okay.
Maybe an hour and 15.
All right. Well,
I was looking at my notes and I was like, what the fuck is up with my notes?
Yeah, I looked at it a lot. Everything was on Hachiroku shit, Hachiroku.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't. I had a whole list of other things which really weren't. Because
but no, I tell you
it always
what,
goes back there.
I would love to get you back on the show. for many, you know what, in different ways, not just back on the podcast, but in other things. Like
So I can speak to Tony. Like,
So I can understand Michael.
but just to do the dyno stuff. Like, I don't know about you,
No.
but it'd be sick to fucking
how do
do
you
it.
get negative power from a car?
Oh, that is a series I will be doing. So, like, I think we're going to Christmas. We talked about it. Next year we'll do our pool on the dyno. Then we'll let our, what are they called? Spectators, viewers, followers,
Audience.
audience, guess the power it makes.
Sure, I'm down for that.
And then we just release it at the end of the week.
But,
Because it'd be interesting to see all the different powers different car make.
sure.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
And again, we don't run on happy dynos here.
can I put something else out there? And I want to see how you guys interact with this, because I know you love your eights, right?
Yeah.
You like your eight bangers, right?
Mate, you should see fucking his.
Right. but I've got my Hilux, and it's got a healthy 189 kilowatts plus some, probably because of all the stupid mods in the last guy. Anyway, it goes all right.
Yeah.
Especially if there's no load in the back and you're going in a straight line or around a corner, whatever. It goes all right. The 86 definitely does not have that amount of power, right? Much smaller engine, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I've always found that 4-cylinder engines, for me, are a lot more comforting to thrash the absolute shit out of.
Because they want to be thrashed the absolute shit out of.
Because you're thrashing them, and you're not watching your petrol tank do this, for starters. But secondly, you go, it's probably not going to break anything. It's just fun to thrash. But like, if I'm in a more powerful car or a car with many more cylinders, or even a rotor, like, I don't want to just fucking hard to the floor, slam the gears as much.
I should have let you drive the ute.
But like, how much do you drive that and just feel comfortable that nothing's going to break when you're just slamming the absolute crap out of it? Like, comfortable.
Well, at the moment, like, as we're filming, it's still, like, it's not tuned yet. So, like, it's still running basically everything stock. We still need to do all the engine internals. It still needs a full exhaust system. It still needs a lot of stuff. But, like, I understand where you're going, because they sit very happily in that really high power, like, RPM range, which I feel like is fine, but I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but I don't feel comfortable with it, because I don't feel comfortable unless I know that I've physically seen, turned a wrench, or known someone that is certified to do what they're doing and change the engine internals in that for me to then be able to go do that. That's when I feel comfortable.
I feel like I'm on the same page as you as well, but like, if anything over a 4, like if it's a 6 or an 8 or 12 or 16, but if it is, there's always, but I need to do this, I need to do that. Once I've got this in there, it's going to be perfect.
Oh, fucking all
like
day.
it, but with a 4-cylinder, most of the time, they're most of the way there.
Yeah.
Where you can thrash it without thinking you're going to snap something, break something, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. That's just me. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
more power you push, the more you're asking to
For trouble.
replace everything else,
Yeah.
because you have to.
Yeah.
Old mate back here is fucking snapped like that. 2 CVs, and he toned down his power, and he's still doing
Hang on,
it.
in the M2?
No, in his Holden.
I was about to say, warranty.
But
I get what you're saying. It's like me and the Skoda.
yeah.
Oh, you can just
Skoda.
thrash.
Do you know that's check for shit?
I don't mind because it drives really well.
Actually, I drove a far out when I was overseas. I drove. Sorry, it's not even a Skoda. It was a bloody
Volvo.
Volvo. No, it was a Oh man, now I'm forgetting the name of the
Volkswagen.
Seat. It was a Seat. A Seat. For some reason, I thought it was a Skoda, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was a Seat Leon. That thing was fun.
What's the Skoda like?
The Skoda.
Yeah. Does it sound like that?
Have you never heard the Skoda?
I've never actually seen you drive it.
So, okay, the story is, I had a customer.
Yep.
He came to us to bag a Tesla, first in Australia. It's all sick and cool. About a year later, he's like, the wife took over the Tesla, and he's bought another car that he wants to get bagged. I was like, okay, he's told me the history of his cars, Sylvia's, Skylines, this, and I was like, oh, fuck, it's going to be a sick JDM car, comes in. He's like, no, have you bagged a Skoda Fabia before? And I was like, what?
Did he say it like that? He's like, yeah, mate, just wondering if you bagged a Scovia farm.
Yeah, he said, scored out Monte Carlo. And then in the back of my head, I was like, Monte Carlos are those big Chevy, like muscle cars.
Bro, Monte Carlo's a biscuit.
That's what I thought.
No true Aussie answer. Yeah, it's got the red bit in the middle and the brown bits on the other side, yeah?
And he sends me a photo of it. Okay, so we went in there, we bagged the car. And then probably a year later after that, he's like, he thinks it's too big for him.
What about the
The
car?
Skoda
The Skoda.
is too big for
He
him.
thinks the Skoda's a bit too big in size. I was like, okay. Well, he was looking to sell it, and I was like, fuck, it's a sick car. We've bagged it.
Sure.
It runs, we've serviced it. It's a nice car. Okay, whatever, we'll take it. But that car, it pops and bangs all the fucking time.
Does it have a crackle tune?
More
Yeah,
like,
it's like a
more
full
like
crackle tune.
like the Volkswagen Golf.
No, but it's not
God,
it's not as violent as those. So it's like if you're driving past restaurants, those you'll fucking piss people off. This one is like a little burble. It's like a fish tank burble.
It's like it's like they've done something wrong and they're like, you know what, let's just leave it.
But it actually sounds good.
Like,
But then
not like an A45 or
no, it's not aggressive. It's very
Yeah.
subtle to it,
yeah.
and you're like, yeah, but nah, but yeah.
Can we do that mod for the Hachiroku? Because if we can, I still don't want it.
When you give it, it pops.
Oh, okay, well,
Pops.
it pops now. It pops. But no, it's just so fun to drive. What I get what you're saying. But then driving in 8s, 6s, you're like, yeah, it's
a different story.
There's a difference to it.
Yeah. No, totally.
I'm a sucker for the sound of like an inline six, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like fuck me dead.
That M5 I had an engine called an M30 engine. It was just a 3-liter inline 6.
Yep.
And the power and torque that thing had was unbelievable for a 3-liter
Yep.
engine. Unbelievable. Yeah. NA.
I would have got one, honestly. I would have tried to go for like a Skyline or something along those ranges, but it was the entry to market still was just so dumb, and that's not what the series was about. It was about trying to help people buy better cars and get in what you can afford and what's actually cheap to turn into a track car. Like that's...
You know how earlier on you were telling me that if you could remake a car, like what would you remake?
Yeah.
I was thinking hard and long about that, and I was like, there seems to be quite a trend of people actually remaking like new cars, like the 86, for example, or the Supra, or all the Toyota ones. There was a time back in the day, and I'm getting the segue is not too far off. There was a time back in the day where I saw a Caldina, which is the Toyota. I guess Toyota version of the Legnum or the Mitsubishi, whatever it was. But yeah, Legnum or the Stager, right? And but it was a 4-cylinder. It had the 3S GT in it, just like the sleeker out the back. And I was always really wanting to like that car, but it was so massively underpowered. Any YouTube video you looked at, it was just that car getting blown away by anything else.
Yeah.
And it disappointed me so much. But now I think Toyota have redone it and made it perfect. And what it is, it's the new Corolla GR all-wheel drive.
Yep.
And it's got a 3-banger in it.
Yep.
And this is where that segue is kind of coming to fruition here. It's like, what do you think of the sound of a really nicely tuned 3-cylinder?
Like the Yaris?
Yeah. Which is
'Cause
essentially what the Corolla's going to have in it.
Yeah.
Just slightly more power.
Because those things fucking rip.
And they sound sick too.
They're hectic.
Yep.
They're destroying Rally right now.
Of course they are.
Like they're fucking everyone up.
Yeah, but they're sick.
Yeah, they are sick.
Yeah, so the Corolla's the slightly heavier, slightly more powerful version of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, you know, you were saying the straight 6 has got like a nice purr to it. I think that 3 is a much more aggressive sound. And also I think along the lines of like how I was saying you thrash the crap out of a 4-banger, I feel like that thing I just have my foot on the floor, like slamming it into whatever gear it let me do.
Yeah, but you're not going to fucking delete all the resonators and mufflers out of that thing. Please don't.
No.
No.
But you got to get the all-wheel drive as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And find a nice little dirt road somewhere. I'm a rally driver. Hi, Shannon's. Yeah, how's my insurance? I'm covered. Cool. Yeah. No reason. Bye. 1 week later. Yeah. So
It was raining that night.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, Mike, man, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on this show, and I have no doubt that you're going to come on again. I would
Yeah.
fucking.
Look, I'll come on you anytime you ask. But like. No,
But
look,
actually,
next
seriously, only when the Hachiroku's here.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some motivation right there. But you know what? Next time I'm just gonna have less notes, just keep it a little bit more natural because I think that would be a lot of fun. And instead of just talking to Tom the whole time, I'll speak to Tony a little bit as well. Because like man, you just like hang out on the side there. Yeah, no, look, I loved it. It was fun. I love the studio. I would actually be disappointed if you changed it in any way whatsoever. This is fun.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
So we want to start like a media wall where every guest that comes on. That's why I asked you for a photo of you and your Hachiroku.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
No, there was dick involved. I
sent you a photo.
I specifically
on the
said
back.
naked. But we want to start like a collage of everyone, and it can go round the TV or whatever, and just go from there. And that's every guest feels like they've given something to the potty.
The potty.
Yeah, the potty. But mate, honestly, it's been fucking unreal. You obviously in your spare time, like you've got your own podcast, Days Fused. I feel like you've been in the media game for a while. Like you love this shit, and I think it'd be awesome to fucking have you back doing other stuff as well, not just back on this potty work. And Tony,
Good times.
100%. That's it.
Yeah, love it. And I'm sorry if I offended anyone out there.
just the
the
BRZ
Volvos.
and 86 people, and
The Tesla drivers, and I love everyone. No hate at all. I think everyone's awesome.
but yeah, do you want people to find you or not on your podcast?
Nah, next time.
Next time.
Yeah, motivate me for next time.
Next time on the bill. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, give it a follow. You can find this podcast anywhere on any streaming platform, but I'm assuming that you're probably loving Spotify and iTunes and SoundCloud and all that stuff. But you can find it anywhere. If you want to follow Car Culture Australia, you can find it at Car Culture Australia on every single platform you can think of. Until
Except
next
the
time.
one.
Except on Instagram, which is car.culture.australia. But it'll all be on the video and all be in the links, so don't stress about it. You can just tap them and just go from there. If you want to buy some merch, we've got a website, finally. I can't actually believe it. But everything is starting to roll out slowly. If you want to buy some merch, a shirt, a lanyard, a sticker, or whatever it is, we're going to slowly start releasing more and more versions and iterations of our shirts. You can get it. And yeah, until next time, guys, tune in.
See you later.
See you.